604 cold floor. Plate is ceramic but the air feels metallic. Heart rate erratic, static in the attic of my mind. Check the watch ticking like a time bomb. Kitchen's calm, but the calm's where the crime's from. Silverware glistening, nobody's listening. Vision is flickering, darkness is christening in the room. 604 on the digital display. Wait till the world in the middle of the tray. The silence is heavy, the silence is loud. Shadows are dancing, wrapping a shroud around the wood where you used to sit. The wick is burnt out, the fire's unlit. One chair empty, a ghost in the green. Pouring the water but drinking the pain. Hand on mahogany, pulse of the agony. Broken anatomy, tragedies, battery is charged. Saw the space where the soul used to reside. Now it's just a vacancy, a hollow deep inside. Steam rising up from a meal for a ghost. Silence is the guest and the silence is the host. Paralyzed, eyes wide, staring at the void. Everything we build in a second is destroyed. Tick, tick, tock, solid as a rock. Now it's just dust and the iron starts to rust. 604, can't take it anymore. 604, the chair is still there, but you're not. Silence. Silence. Thumb hovering over the cold glass, watching every single minute pass. Screen glowing blue in the lonely dark, still waiting for a digital spark. Scroll down to the letter D. Dad's name staring back at me. It's a digital tombstone on the screen. Most painful thing I've ever seen. I click the chat and I check the status, wondering why the world would have us disconnected, but the signal's strong. Right number, but the timing's wrong. I type a line, then I hit delete. Ghost in the machine, it's bittersweet. 4 months since the ringer sang. Still feel the echo of the phone that rang. You're still on speed dial. I haven't moved the icon in a while. Finger on the trigger of a memory. Contact card is my only remedy. Still on speed dial. Walking through the digital mile. If I hit call, would you pick it up? Or is the silence just my bitter cup? I see the picture from 2 years back. Low res pixels in a faded rack. Your voicemail's full, I know the sound. The hollow grave beneath the ground. But here you are in the favorites list. The phantom limb that I can't resist. Syncopated heartbeats, rolling hats. Trapped in the logic of the chats and stats. Cloud storage, holding every word. The loudest voice I've ever heard. Update the software, keep the ghost. The one I miss the absolute most. You're still on speed dial. I haven't moved the icon in a while. Finger on the trigger of a memory. Contact card is my only remedy. Still on speed dial. Walking through the digital mile. If I hit call, would you pick it up? Or is the silence just my bitter cup? Delete. The prompt is asking for a choice. How can I erase the only trace of your voice? The red button is a heavy weight. I'm locked inside this digital state. Still there, number 1 on the list. Digital ghost, cloud storage kiss. I'll never hit the button, never let you go. Just a dial tone, in the afterglow. Room colder than the winter on the outside. stillness where the memories and doubts hide. Heavy grain, heavy pain, etching in the varnish. Everything you left behind is starting now to tarnish. I am pacing in the kitchen, avoiding every glance at the timber structure standing in the stationary trance. 4 legs like pillars of a temple that fell, ringing out the silence like a heavy brass bell. Polished with the oils of a hand that isn't here. The density of absence is the only thing I fear. It is the weight of the yoke, it is the gravity of loss. Calculate the spirit and the heavy duty cost. Empty chair sitting like a mountain in the center. Guardian the doorways that I'm terrified to enter. I tried to drag it to the curb, but it is anchored in the foundation. Stagnation in the room, a psychological plantation. Hardwood, scarred wood, memories of charred wood. I would set the house on fire if I only thought I should. It is a monument of sitting, it is a statue of the past, built to outlive us, built to forever last. Every fiber of the tree is a fiber on my grief. No autumn wind is blowing for a fallen wooden leaf. On the backrest, nothing ever shifts. Just another relic in the cemetery drift. So hard, stone hard, tearing through the bone part. This is where the finish is, this is where the groan starts. Just a chair, just the air, static in the grain, nothing but the stain, the weight of old. I'm staring at the grain of the mahogany, dealing with the pain of the disharmony. The glossary is gone, I'm lost in the text, wondering what lesson you were teaching me next. You left the manual ripped out the pages. I'm trapped in the cycle of internal rages. Inherited the silence, a heavy donation, a cold conversation with no consolation. I'm looking for a blueprint inside of a ghost. The things that I needed are what I lack most. You folded the hand while the chips were still down. Now I'm wading in water and starting to drown. Unfinished business in the air tonight. I'm screaming at the shadows in the fading light. You took the answers when you closed your eyes. Now I'm breathing in the dust of our last goodbyes. Unfinished business, yeah, the debt is deep. A promise that you made, but you couldn't keep. Fast forward the clock, but the gears are all stuck. I'm searching for wisdom, you left me with luck. And luck is a liar that lives in the dark. I'm trying to ignite, but I'm missing the spark. How do I leave when I haven't been led? Replaying the tapes of the things that you said, but the audio's grainy, the signal is weak. I'm chasing the summit, I can't see the peak. It's a war in my chest, it's a battle of wheels. Climbing the mountain while dodging the chills. You were the anchor, but now I'm adrift, caught in the cracks of a tectonic shift. Talk to me, even if it's just a whisper in the breeze. Walk with me, show me how to navigate the 7 seas. I wasn't ready for the cold, I wasn't ready for the truth to be told. Unfinished business in the air tonight. I'm screaming at the shadows in the fading light. You took the answers when you closed your eyes. Now I'm breathing in the dust of our last goodbye. Unfinished business, the debt is deep. A promise that you made, but you couldn't keep. Just echoes, silence. The chair is empty, but the weight is heavy. The dam is breaking on the broken levee. Unfinished. Unsaid. Unsaid. Staring at the silver screen, searching for the in-between. I adjusted my collar and saw your wrist. A genetic twist I couldn't resist. The way I clench my jaw when the pressure climbs is a rhythmic echo of your hardest times. I'm tracing the lines on a tired face, seeing a map that I can't erase. The tempo is fast but the heart is slow, watching the seeds that you used to sow. It's a strange design, a bloodline bind, leaving my own identity behind. There's a ghost in the mirror looking back at me. The man I was and the man I'm gonna be. Familiar eyes in a stranger's face, running a marathon in your place. It's a haunting grace, a holy war. I'm becoming what I once ignored. In the kitchen at 3 a.m. A carbon copy of the strategy of him. I light the flame and I watch it burn, applying the lessons I didn't learn. Basses rattling the window pane, washing the guilt with the winter rain. I walk like a king but I feel like a thief, stealing your walk to master grief. Identity crisis in the high-res shot. I'm the only piece of the soul you got. Do I break the glass or do I let it stay? I'm the rerun of your play. Same mistakes. There's a ghost in the mirror looking back at me. The man I was and the man I'm gonna be. Familiar eyes in a stranger's face, running a marathon in your place. It's a haunting grace, a holy war. I'm becoming what I once ignored. Reflections of a ghost, mirror image fading out. Silence in this room is getting loud, heavy like the shadows in the cloud. I'm reading pages that were never written, finding truth in every quiet vision. You never gave a speech or held a lecture, just built a life with rigid architecture. I watched your calloused hands against the grain, a silent blueprint for the coming rain. You show me grip without a single word, the loudest message that I ever heard. I'm tracing every scar upon your palm to find the center of this growing storm. Internal combat in the midnight oil, planting seeds within the heart and soil. I used to think the silence was a wall, but now I see it caught me through the fall. Unspoken lessons in the empty space, I see the lines upon your ghosted face. The 808 is pulsing like a heart, burning. I'm finally seeing what I'm slowly learning. It wasn't what you said, but how you stood, doing exactly what a father should. A quiet giant in a world of noise, teaching the man inside a house of boys. The trap is set, but now I have the key to unlock everything you left for me. So bass stomping in my hollow chest, putting all these demons to the test, or fighting battles that you never mentioned. Growth is born from all this dark tension. Left me the map, but not the directions. Finding the light in all my reflections. Struggle is silent, strength is a choice. I'm finding my power without your voice. Unspoken lessons in the empty space. I see the lines upon your ghosted face. The 808 is pulsing like a heart. I'm picking every memory apart. No words were needed for the heavy truth, the silent wisdom of my wasted youth. The chair is empty, but the weight remains. I'm breaking every link within these chains. Deciphering the code, down this lonely road. Unspoken, but never broken, echoes in the air from the empty chair. The invitation had my name in gold, but the seat beside me's looking gray and cold. I'm dancing with a ghost in the guest list, heavy heart weighing down on my left wrist. Room full of faces, but I'm missing one. Shadows in the corner when the party's begun. Yeah, the silence is loud in the middle of the crowd. Trying to stand tall, but I'm under a cloud. Champagne flute, but the bubbles feel flat. Small talk circle, I'm an acrobat. Diving through the question, dodging all the hows. Building up a fortress with my knitted brows. I see the menu, dinner for two, but I'm staring at the wood, looking for a clue of where you might have been if the clock didn't stop. Now I'm at the bottom while they're reaching for the top. They ask about your legacy, I'm choking on the words. The sound of the absence is the only thing heard. Fast hi-hats clicking like a ticking timer. Social climber, looking for a silver liner. But the 808 is thumping in my hollow chest. A permanent vacancy for the honored guest. Check the RSVP, did they miss the mark? Left a giant hole in the middle of the park. Suit jacket heavy like a coat of lead, repeating every single thing you never said. No toast for the host, just a ghost at the roast. From the coast to the coast, I'm the one missing most. Check the list, he's not there, just a ghost in the empty chair. The digits staring back at me like a ghost. The number I should have buried the most. 13 keys to a locked door. I can't take the silence anymore. So I'm hovering over the glass screen, fighting a battle that's rarely seen. Memory bank on a permanent loop, jumping through hoops in a mental group. Heartbeat syncs with the rolling hats, trapped in a cycle of this and that. I hit the green button and hold my breath to take a logical dance with a digital death. Ring, ring, silence is the only sound. Weight of the world push me into the ground. ghost cannot take. Voicemail, just the rhythmic hum. My fingers are cold and my brain is numb. Dialing the past with a broken thumb, waiting for the closure that'll never come. Static in the signal, crackle in the air. Talking to the ghost in the empty chair. Logic is failing, this circuit is fried. Nowhere to run in, nowhere to hide. I'm shouting at circuits, I'm cursing the code. Carrying the weight of this heavy load. Pick up, I want you answer. The silence is spreading, just like a cancer. Disconnected, rejected, expectations corrected. I'm throwing the phone till the glass is detected. Made that I couldn't keep. 808 thumping like a chest in pain, washing away all the digital stains. Shattered doubt zone, let the signal break. How much more of this ghost can I take? Call failed, line dead, just the echoes in my head. Empty chair, empty line, running out digital time. Sifting through the dust, tracing out the lines. I see the frame you left in the shadows of the design. Yeah. Caught in the rubble, I'm digging through memories. Drafting a double, a ghost in my melodies. He was the seed of the root and the anchor. Now I'm the reader of maps in the rain cloud. Found a compass in a cardboard box, so watch it stop, but the rhythm still knocks. In a marrow with a bone, in a hollow with a home. I'm a king without a throne, building pillars on my own. See the ink on the page is a bit faded, but the dream in the cage is unsated. Measure twice, cut once, that was his law. Now I'm fixing the frame and the fundamental flaw. Yeah. Building a blueprint for a man tonight, turning the shadows into morning light. From the fragments he left in the empty chair, I'm sketching out a life that I can finally wear. Yeah, the foundation is solid now. I'm making good on a silent vow. Precision and vision, I'm making decisions, healing the incisions of the old divisions. He left me the hammer, he left me the nails, but I provide the wind for the setting of the sails. I'm a composite, a deposit of the past, but the structure I'm raising is built to last. No more drifting in the drift, no more mourning in the mist. Got the grip in my fist and the turn of the wrist. Architecture by the soul, trying to be whole, took the weight of the toll and I regain control. Every brick is a lesson, every beam is a grace. I can finally recognize the lines on my face. It's not just a house, it's a headspace. It's not just a ghost, it's a lead pace. I'm the architect of the aftermath, walking a brand new math on the gravel path. Blueprints done, the work has begun. Echoes getting quieter, the fire's getting brighter. I'm the man now, I understand now. Used to feel the pressure in the air, staring at the echoes of the empty chair, but the dust is settling. Now I'm the one meddling with fate. Watch the transformation. Yeah, gravity was pulling on my spinal cord, hiding from the ghosts I couldn't quite afford. Every brick of memory, every stone of debt, sweating through the sheets, waking in a cold sweat. But The friction made a diamond out of coal dust. Turned the metal into gold, polished off the old rust. I was bending till I snapped, now I'm forged in fire. Climbing up the ladder, walking on the high wire. Ancestors watching from the portrait on the wall. Promised if I screwed up, I would never let them fall. I took the anchor and I turned it to a lighthouse. Silence in the halls, now I'm yelling in a bright house. I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders, but I'm getting stronger as the days get older. It ain't a burden, it's the power in my veins, breaking every link. I'm the master of the chains. Yeah, the weight of the world is a part of my design. I'm taking back the crown that was always meant as mine. Look at trajectory, shifted the geography, written in the stars, yeah, I'm building a biography. Heavy is the head, but I'm steady with the neck tilt, building up the kingdom on the foundation they built. Internalize the struggle, made in my adrenaline, pumping through my heart, yeah, I'm feeling it settling. I used to fear the shadow that my father used to cast. Now I'm standing in the light, on the future and the past. No more stuttering, I'm uttering the gospel, turning every obstacle into something colossal. It's not a crush, it's a push, it's not a fall, it's a flight, it's not an end, it's a start in the middle of the night. I found the key in the records, I found the strength in the strain. I'm the king of the mountain, I'm the lord of the rain. I'm carrying the weight of the world on my shoulders, but I'm getting stronger as the days get older. It ain't a burden, it's the power in my veins, breaking every link. I'm the master of the chains. Yeah, the weight of the world is a part of my design. I'm taking back the crown that was always meant as mine. Echoes of the chair, but I'm sitting in it now. Heavy is the crown, but I never had to bow. Strength in the legacy, strength in the stone. I finally found home. Static in the room, silence in the hall. We left the frame, I'm painted on the wall. Ghost in the corner, but I don't feel the harm. It's a silhouette of courage and the wisdom I want. Measured out the gravel and I leveled the dirt, turning every gallon of the sweat into worth. Internalize the virtues like a code in the vein. Used to see a loss, now I'm seeing the gain. Drafting out the future on a table of pine. I was waiting for a signal, now the signal is mine. EmptyChair is a platform, a blueprint for the unseen. I'm building out the spirit of the man I've always been. Heavy 808s bumping, the foundation is deep. I got promises to honor and the legacy to keep. Sharpened every pencil till the letters are spear, carving out a destiny and killing the fear. Triple time the hats like the pulse of my chest, passing every trial and I'm acing the test. Values aren't a vapor, they are bricks in the sun. Work is never finished, but the vision is one. Pillars in the basement of the mind that I groomed. Watch the garden flourish where the sorrow once bloomed. The seed is vacant, but the soul is the structure. I survived the break, I survived the rupture. I'm the craftsman now, I'm the master of the craft, building up the castle on a hollowed out shaft. Blueprint for the unseen. gone. Trust is one. Yeah. Looking at the sea where the silence used to reside. Now I am feeling the heat of the fire burning inside. No more drowning in the tide of the tears that I cried. I took the lessons from the ghost and I wore them with pride. See the wood grain shimmering under the morning sun. The race against the morning is finally won. I am the legacy starting where the journey was done. Polishing the crown before I start to run. Echoes into light, turning the black to the white, winning the internal fight, walking out into the sight. The chair is empty but I am full, feeling the magnetic pull. The void is no longer dull, peace in the heart and the skull. Stare at the space like a hole in my chest. Now I see it as a base where the memories rest. Put the sorrow to the test and I'm passing with zest, leaving the nest with the spirit of the best. It is a master class and not a turn a loss to a gain. Irrigating the garden with the drops of the rain, breaking the chain and the weight of the pain, driving the lane while I'm keeping the rain. I am stepping through the door frame, writing a new name. No more heartless shame. The echo is a symphony. The silence is a gift to me. Finally living vividly.